Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this review is for the movie called Support the Girls. Regina Hall stars as a hard-working manager of Double Whammies, a sports bar with curves. She runs the joint like a family, but over the course of one challenging day, her incurable optimism is tested by sketchy employees, bad customers, and an even worse boss. From director Andrew Bujalski, featuring Haley Lou Richardson, Dylan Jalula, Brooklyn Decker, Jana Kramer, Leah Delaria, and more. This is a 2018 film. It is rated R. It runs 90 minutes, and you heard the stars. Support the girls. I know this came out in independent kind of theaters. I saw it on the list. I saw it on my movie app, and I just don't go around seeing these kind of movies in theater. So I finally did see it on DVD, and um, I just didn't know what to think about it. I didn't know what it was going to be about. I didn't, I see the girls in red in the front. I thought maybe they play a sport or something. I didn't know if it'd be completely about the girls, which are women's chest. So I didn't know what to think about this. And when it ended up being a restaurant movie, I was like, okay, but I was a little disappointed. I thought there'd be more to it. And the first thing that I realized is that this movie's kind of in real time. And we don't see that very often. It's kind of an interesting way to handle things. And I wouldn't say that it helped this movie whatsoever because if you're going to do a movie in real time, then you kind of need more to be happening. You need more chaos. You need more of a storyline. You need more surprises. You need more things to say instead of just, people talking back and forth. So that kind of hurt the movie right away, I thought. And as far as the story goes, I'd kind of like to know what this movie's story was. I don't think it really had one. It was about these people that worked in a crappy restaurant, had a crappy day, and their crappy lives move on, and they go work for another job or something. We never really get any conclusion at the end either. So I didn't really appreciate that. I didn't really appreciate this movie. Excuse me. I just would have appreciated a little bit more of a storyline of source material, just a little bit more interesting stuff. The craziest thing that happened in this movie, I think, is that this fry cook that they have gets told that he's fired, and he tries to take his apron off, and she's like, "Oh no, no, I don't have anybody to cover your shift, so you're gonna have to work the rest of the day. But then turn in your apron." I was like, "No, I'm not many people I know would work the rest of their shifts." So when that happened and it was unrealistic and it was just kind of played off as something she needed and he said okay, it kind of lost me right away in this movie. So it was just that kind of, I don't know if it's supposed to be humor or if it's supposed to be something irregular, but it just came across as stupid. And honestly, this is like the craziest way of making a movie. Like, it talks about how good this manager is, and we see that. And it talks about how much fun it is to work at this place, and we kind of see that element of it. And it starts out the movie as them kind of hiring 6 new girls or something. And then all of a sudden, everything falls to crap in one day. It's just kind of shocking and kind of unbelievable. And I think they could have bettered their movie by maybe saying that things progressively got worse over the course of a month. It would have given you more chances to show the dark side of the business, the dark side of the boss. One day just doesn't shine much light into what really sucks about this business other than somebody had a bad day. And that doesn't always ruin things for people with their jobs. Sometimes we have bad days all the time. That doesn't mean that we quit, So I just didn't really get into this movie. I didn't really understand it. The last thing is that the title of the movie, supposedly they're running this car wash, and it kind of gets murky why and kind of who for. And so this car wash, they call it Support the Girls because they don't want to come up with any other name that would suggest that they're giving the money from the car wash to something else, like illegally. And then they end up tearing that off when the boss comes around because they don't want to know that they don't want him knowing that they're doing a car wash. So they rip off these signs saying Support the Girls off these tin cans, and that's where the name of the movie is. It doesn't really have any relevance in the movie other than the fact that the manager supports her girls that she's managing, but then that ends up not mattering in the end. So I'm going to give a D to Support the Girls. It's just not that exciting. It's not like the worst movie you've ever seen. It's just not exciting. It's kind of pointless, and you kind of feel that when you're watching. You're just kind of sitting there wondering when the next scene is, wondering when the end is going to be. There's nothing really eventful to this movie, and I just don't see one mediocre actress in Regina Hall making this any kind of more exciting of a movie. So a D for Support the Girls. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other reviews, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would, and enjoy your movies. Thanks.